Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, we're comparing 3 different gimbals. Okay, the gimbals we're talking about are the Zhiyun Crane, the FeiyuTech A2000, and the Snoppa Kylin M. Alright, before we get into the video, I want to mention that I've already shot this entire thing once today, and I just realized that my audio is completely messed up. So I have to reshoot everything, and it's like 11 o'clock right now. So I already did the test, but I'm going to talk like I didn't do the test. It's going to be something like that. This video is all about these 3 gimbals, and these are the 3 gimbals that I have right now. And these are the 3 gimbals that I'm deciding between because I'm going to take one of them with me when I go do something epic in like 2 days. So me and Rachel have something coming up. I can't talk about it yet. I can tell you that we're going to Spain, but beyond that, I can't explain much more. We'll be doing an announcement video pretty soon to tell you about this adventure, and it's gonna be awesome. So make sure you have that notification turned on because you're not gonna wanna miss any of the videos coming up. So I wanna bring a gimbal with me, and I'm deciding between these 3 because these are the 3 I have right now. And I've been using each one of these independently, but I never put them side by side and really looked at how the footage compares. What I'm gonna do is take them out and go side by side. I'm gonna shoot the same thing 3 times with each gimbal so that we can see what the difference is between the 3. One of the big things that causes issues with gimbals is the micro vibrations. And you see this, you see like a little bit of vibrating going on in the footage, and that looks really bad. So to really see how these gimbals compare, I'm going to use my GH5, but I'm gonna turn off the stabilizer. I'm gonna be using my 8mm lens. It's my 8-18. I'll keep it on the full wide, and you'll see the little vibrations and you'll see the movements. We'll be able to see how the gimbals compare against each other to judge which one gives you the smoothest footage and which one I'm going to take with me. Okay, but before I show the footage, I want to talk about each of these gimbals independently. So the Zhiyun Crane is one that I've been using for a while. I've been taking it out on my adventures. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, but it works great. The Snoppa is a newer gimbal. It was a Kickstarter, and it's very similar to the Zhiyun Crane, except for it's got the additional ability to spin the handle so you can get some really cool low shots. And then it also has a really intuitive app that allows you to control the motor speeds and how strong the motors are. So having that extra ability to go in and change the settings is really kind of cool. And with the FeiyuTech, the A2000, it has a similar app. You can do the same type of things. It's not as intuitive as the Snoppa, but it's a similar type of app. The really cool thing about the A2000 is that you can take off the gimbal and put it on single hand, or you can put it on a double-handed mount, which allows you more flexibility because there's times where you really want 2 hands. It gives you more stability when you're out shooting. So that's something unique about the A2000. All right, guys, so let's go out there, let's compare the 3, and let's see how the footage looks, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You can have all the bells and whistles, you can do some cool things with these gimbals, but you gotta see how the footage looks, because the only thing that really matters is how stable your footage is, because that is the point of a gimbal, to get stable footage and to get those buttery smooth shots. Okay, one more thing before we get into the footage. You're gonna see that I color graded all this footage using one of my cinematic LUTs. Guys, I created this one specifically for this video. I'm shooting on the natural profile on the GH5. If you want this LUT, go down in the description. I've put it down there for you guys to download for free. It will work with any camera that is shooting with more saturation and more contrast. So if you're shooting in log, it probably won't work unless you do a little color grading. And as always, if you want to dial up your contrast and your saturation after you apply your LUT, you can do some really cool things with this look. All right, let's get into the footage and let's see how these gimbals compare. Alright guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on which gimbal you think looks the best. It really comes down to which is the smoothest and which can get you the shots. So personally, after looking at this footage and after playing with all three side by side, I found that I like the Zhiyun Crane the most. It doesn't have as many bells and whistles as the FeiyuTech and the Snoppa. It doesn't have an app. However, the footage I think looks better when you compare it side by side with the others. There's less micro vibrations. It also didn't have as many errors. And that's one of the things you didn't see in this footage was how many times these gimbals were messing up, where the gimbal would turn really fast or it would completely lose its balance. With the FeiyuTech and the Snoppa, it happened way more often than with the Zhiyun Crane. So just in my experience in playing with these gimbals side by side, I noticed that I was getting the shots I wanted with the Zhiyun. With the Snoppa, there were points where I had to repeat a shot. And with the FeiyuTech, I noticed that the camera wasn't kept as stable all the time. And there was definitely moments where it was trying to catch up with my movements. It wasn't a smooth move when I was doing things like pans. It was kind of jumping a little bit. So honestly, I think out of these three, I think the Zhiyun Crane still has the best looking image, and I think it's the one I'm gonna take with me. I've been using this gimbal for a long time. It's been thrown on rocks, it's been in backpacks, and it still works great. And that shows you that it's a strong gimbal. Even though it's very simple, it can get good footage and get really cool shots. All right, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. You're not gonna wanna miss what's coming up in the next couple weeks. We got some awesome adventures coming. Like I said, we're gonna do an announcement video soon when we can do an announcement video. And if you haven't already, make sure you head over to Instagram, come find me at Jeven Dovey. And guys, that is it. I'll see you on the next one.